Okay, lighting is awful, but watch me pick a crab. And I'm saving some crab meat because I'm gonna make a pizza. But, so I picked one crab. I'm picking my second crab now. I'm also watching a YouTube video. So, yes. Pretty much. Let's go. Oh, this... All the legs are off of this one. Okay, actually, I don't trust this crab. He looks a little funky. This is my platter of crabs from a party. I'll go with this one. This one, I mean, like, I guess nothing's like wrong with it, I guess, but like, it's all like fucked up. So. All right, this one looks better, and it has all its legs. So what I like to do, I pull off the legs. Obviously, that's what you're supposed to do. Usually, sometimes you can get some meat right there, but then you break off more of the leg. Sometimes you'll get meat, sometimes you won't.
These two major blunders. Tana is well known for her over-the-top storytelling.
Oh,
all of these stories were great.
Oh, look at that! I'm gonna not make that.
Which led many to doubt the authenticity of anything she said.
That he f***ed me with a toothbrush. He f***ed me with a toothbrush.
All of these factors, paired with the seemingly infallible reputation of Cody Ko, led many to dismiss the allegations altogether. However, this
I don't want to smell like crab later.
took it a bit more serious.
Bro, look at these. I'm gonna save that one. Oh, I'm making a pizza, and I'm gonna put crab on it. So I don't know if I said that.
Elaborated on the details of her and Cody's entanglement.
But it's everywhere all over the internet, and I know people want me to talk about it, and I'm gonna do my best right now, you know? To be 100% truthful, when I look back at the Cody situation, I definitely am like, why was he doing that? You know what I mean? And there were so many situations. There was a situation with
These legs are getting good pieces of meat.
where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17, and then we still went and hooked up. And I can look at that and be like, what the f were you doing that?
This fact seems to be corroborated by Gabby Hanna herself, who told the story with Tana and Cody's names left out.
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage.
Save this one.
Watch it. And he's like, oh my god, thank you for telling me.
Oh,
And then he
whatever.
turned up.
According to Tana, this instance happened at Playlist Live in 2016, which took place in Orlando, Florida. While some states have an age of consent of 16 or 17, Florida's age of consent is strictly 18 years old. This means if the allegations were true, Cody committed a federal crime. People began digging and found an old video uploaded to Tana's channel featuring Cody. He frequently makes reference to her being a teen in the video, and at one point checks her out while she walks out of frame.
Alright, so what's up, guys? It's Tana Mojo. She knows a whole bunch
Burning
of
my
slang
lips a little bit.
words because she's, a teen, whatever. So I'm here basically just to learn some teen slang, right? So do you want to?
This video, titled The Shittiest Video Ever, featuring Cody, was uploaded on the 13th of May 2016, just 3 weeks
Alright.
after the supposed incident at Playlist Live.
What the
This
hell?
means they had already hooked up at least once when
Oh.
the video was filmed, and Cody seemingly
We have to
had
clean
no
the table
issues
off.
with her being a teenager. Most notable out of all of this was that Tana didn't attempt to make a huge spectacle of the situation, claiming that despite what Cody did was wrong, that she wasn't traumatized by any means.
But there isn't a part of me, at least at 25 now. I mean,
I gotta stop eating it because I want a lot of crab on my pizza.
Wrong with you, but I don't associate or hold it with trauma because I am such a comparative person.
I'm from Maryland, by the way.
So many worse things have happened to me.
I look really ugly right now. I'm sorry about that. Really sorry about that.
All of these factors
Damn.
craft a relatively reliable narrative on Tana's behalf. This is a situation she's never directly tried to hide. Others corroborated her story, and it didn't seem like she was
fucked me
attempting to cancel
with a
or vitriol and
toothbrush.
destroy Cody's career. To many, it looked like she was impartially telling a story she claimed happened as neutrally as possible.
Like,
but the allegations of misconduct did not end there. One Reddit user
I want, like, bigger chunks on my-
supposedly hanging
I guess I
out
can
with
put that on
dating a
there.
17-year-old girl back in the day. I religiously watched Cody since Vine and have a vivid memory of him dating a high school
Videos about Cody
and
Ko, by the
his
way.
friend group would hang out with a bunch of
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. I really,
there was one
really
girl
unfortunate,
who
actually.
on his vines, which people speculated he was dating at the time. I remember looking into into it and was surprised to see that she was like 17 since he was in his mid-20s. He still follows the high schoolers on Instagram, and they're in his old YouTube vlogs. Attached to the thread was a video uploaded to Cody's Vine sometime in 2015 that showed him kissing this supposedly underage girl. But you may be asking why people thought this girl was under the age of consent. Well, according to a post
Oh, I gotta
from the
sneeze.
girl's friend on Instagram, she turned 19 on May 24th, 2016, which
Maybe.
means she was born May 24th, 1997. Judging by the timestamp of this photo, where she sits on Cody's shoulders, she would have been only 17 years old. If this is true, it showed that Cody hooking up with Tana was more than just a one-time thing. Rather, Cody didn't have a lot of moral hang-ups with engaging sexually with minors whatsoever.
It was easier to eat that piece
This begs
off.
the question of how many other girls were involved. On top of this, multiple clips resurfaced of Cody speaking out against relationships between adult men and underage girls. In episode 75 of the Tiny Meat Gang podcast, the two hosts discussed the documentary Surviving R. Kelly.
I wonder if in 10 years the Drake Diddler documentary comes out.
Yeah, exactly. That shit with Millie Bobby Brown.
That and the other girl, that model that he was commenting on her picture was just 16.
I'll save that.
Everybody's a diddler, man. Man, that shit made me want to vomit. Which, R. Kelly being 41 and like charming up 17-year-old girls.
Another clip from episode 122 shows the two of them talking about Jerry Seinfeld's underage girlfriend.
I don't even know.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh, yeah,
That shit?
Yeah, you had to straight up
He publicly dated
a teenager.
a teenager, like a while.
Come on.
What, something like that?
Yeah, 17.
Come on.
And he was like 50 or something.
This was like his 40s, late 30s or something.
Okay, yeah.
Feeding her hot
Yeah,
dogs.
maybe I'm-
Just a
He
little
was
piece.
like 85. She was like 9 years old.
Actually 17 and 35.
Yeah, same. According to Cody himself, a grown man having sex with a 17-year-old girl is weird, which further made people question why he would be willing to do anything with Tana if he knew it was wrong. Another extremely important detail some felt necessary to point out was Cody's association with Colby Leachman, a longtime friend he met in college. This story initially gained traction on the Cody Go subreddit.
Later,
Who said, "Hey y'all, I tried posting before, but I think it got taken down for drama. I'd like this post to be left up."
Well, I was watching a movie with my best friend. We didn't finish it because she had to go to practice because she's still in high school, so I'm like a predator kind of. No, I'm not. But she had to go to practice and we watched this really funny movie, but after practice she's gonna come back over, gonna finish the movie, and then she's gonna go home because her brother's coming home. But me, her, and her brother are all gonna go back out and get froyo. It's gonna be great. It'll be so fun. I love my friends.
According to the judge presiding over the lawsuit against Duke University. Watch the mods remove this fact that you can find on public news websites and court records databases for drama. The instance these users are referring to comes from a 2016 lawsuit involving Colby Leachman. On March 6,
Alright,
2011,
like these are hard to get off because they have the
Ariana Kwayumi was
fucking like
allegedly
cartilage. I don't know if it's cartilage. They have the little thing in the middle.
at his stepfather's house.
Wait,
He
maybe if I
apparently
can-
moved her to his dorm room, where he invited his friend Brian Self to also take advantage of her while she was heavily sedated. Colby recorded Brian's actions on a smartphone and showed the video to a few people in his frat. The next day, Ariana apparently woke up with bruises and indications of sex, but had no recollection of what had transpired. She visited the school's medical center, but left before she saw anyone. She did, however, leave anonymous notes to her resident advisors that someone had assaulted her. However, she omitted both her and the perpetrator's names from the messages. It's likely that the young woman had no intentions of going forward for the time being, until the school's campus police had received reports of 2 instances of misconduct. During their investigations, where they interviewed a handful of students,
Alright, you guys ready for this part?
Leachman and Brian Self as the potential perpetrators. While being interviewed, both
Alright, so you do that.
the activity was consensual. When asked
You
about
eat that,
what
yeah.
mentioned prior, Leachman lied to the police and claimed the sex act was not videotaped.
You put the knife in the back like this,
After his phone was searched and the video
and then you
came
just
out.
lift it up.
Once again, claiming the woman was a previous girlfriend of his.
Oh, do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see?
Clearly be heard requesting that-
Ew.
However, she doesn't directly
So,
object to the sex itself. When interviewed by the
then,
police, the woman claimed she had no
you take this,
recollection
the
of any
gills,
activity
the
that
lungs,
transpired,
I mean,
nor did she consent to it. She
take the
requested police
lungs.
continue
You also
to
take this little
investigate
back
and
fin
follow up
off.
with her once her finals were over. In June of that year, the Associate Dean of Students, Stephen Bryan, began
Really gross.
investigating the situation. He considered disciplinary action.
So what I like to do is take the
alcohol
gills off
use,
first.
disorderly
I mean, I guess it
conduct,
doesn't really
and
matter.
unauthorized
It does not matter what you do, as long as you take it off.
anything relating to sexual misconduct. Duke admins reached out to the woman.
All that, the guts and shit,
Forward
take that out.
disciplinary actions
Take
for
that
sexual
out.
misconduct. However, she informed the
Usually,
school she didn't want to be
like, these are
involved
cold
in
right
the
now,
case and didn't
so
speak about the incident. So, in November of 2011,
it's a little harder to get out.
warning and reprimand was issued to Colby for
And you want to make sure, like, the gills, ew, if you accidentally, or the guts, if you accidentally eat the guts, it's going to be like a gritty texture. It's really nasty. So, make sure you get all that out.
Spring of 2012, at which point she decided she wanted to file an official police report and was ready to testify.
The yellow stuff, the mustard, that's what it's called. You can eat that.
She returned in the fall of
Oh,
2012.
and then I like to break it in half.
She did eventually submit a written
Clean it up a
statement
little bit more.
accusing Colby Leachman and himself of consensual sexual activity in March of 2013. No contact orders were put in place against the two men, and investigations began. When
Look
the
at
case
it,
was
make sure
presented
there's
to
no
the
more.
police, the county's district
You want to
attorney
get all the little
filed a
pieces out.
prosecution, and the police never charged either men for their crimes. Duke hired a clinical psychologist named Celia Irvine to investigate the allegations and prepare a detailed report of her findings. Her report was ultimately insufficient, with the court noting a lack
Alright,
of evidence that the
and then
victim was impaired during the event
I don't know
and
how other people do it, but I squish it in half.
transpired.
So you,
Colby
like,
was
break
placed on
it,
probation
and then
for
you pull it.
Duke due to
Oh,
violating
okay.
Duke's unauthorized
Well, usually it comes
surveillance
off in like two.
policy, but he was never formally charged by the cops for the alleged assault. This
Kinda like,
sparked the
no,
lawsuit
not like
against
that.
Duke
Well,
University, with this
whatever.
woman believing her
Oh, look at that
child
meat. Look at that meat.
investigation
It's
was
so
mishandled by
good.
the school due to negligence. It's also worth mentioning that Colby's parents were both employed at the school, with his stepfather being the school's provost. While there's no evidence the scandal was swept under the rug due to this factor, the idea most certainly isn't off the table. The judge's final verdict on the lawsuit states, while
Look at that.
reasonable people might think that more serious consequences
wanna eat
would
it
have
all.
been appropriate for the two students who took part in the
Oh, and on my
non-consensual
pizza,
videotaping of
so I'm gonna
sex
put
acts
crab.
with another student, and
I'm gonna put
their
prosciutto.
video to other people,
And I might drizzle honey on like half of it. We'll see how that tastes. I don't really know. Because like the crab's kind of like Old Bay right now. So I'll bay all over it.
This court does not criticize Duke's disciplinary decisions.
Yum, 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 yum.
While one can second guess certain aspects of Duke's failures to act in 2011, the court does not evaluate Duke's conduct with the benefit of hindsight or in a vacuum. Essentially, despite no wrongdoing being found on Duke's behalf, it is undisputed that some form of misconduct did in fact take place with Colby Leachman, despite no convictions or arrests being made. There seems to be no argument from any reputable source that a sexual assault didn't occur. So people found it very strange when Cody was openly associating and still friends with Colby despite these troubling behaviors. Colby can be seen in the background of Cody's vlogs as early as 2016.
Call you backseat Colby. No one calls you that. No one has ever called you that again. Main bitch, Colby in the back.
More recently, Colby was seen at Cody's wedding ceremony, meaning that after all of these years, the two remained close. While Colby's actions don't inherently reflect Cody, it is very troubling that Cody openly hangs out with someone who likely drugged and potentially assaulted a young woman at the same college he attended. It's almost certain he had some knowledge of the situation given he went to Duke, and he didn't seem to have a problem with rubbing shoulders with him over 12 years after the incident. Despite the shocking details of this situation, the story didn't receive much coverage aside from the H3 podcast and a few posts on Reddit and Twitter. Smaller commentary channels did cover the story, but larger figures and close associates like Drew Gooden or Danny Gonzalez hadn't spoken out about the situation.
Don't speak bad
That was
about
until
them.
commentary YouTuber D'Angelo Wallace uploaded his
Do
video
not speak
an
bad about
uncomfortable
them.
conversation about Cody Ko.
Let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube,
I'm gonna make another
knowingly
video
committed
about
crime
assembling my
against her
pizza.
when she was a
It'll be a
minor.
lot shorter than
But
this.
YouTubers or viewers
And
alike are ignoring
I
and
guarantee no
discrediting
one is
these
listening to this right now.
allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mojo.
D'Angelo's video sought to shine a spotlight on the situation.
It's really hard to get some of the meat out of like these
simultaneously
really
calling
small
out those who
pieces.
swept it under the rug, including Cody himself.
But the reason it hasn't caught on yet, despite all of this, is that none of your friends,
But like there's a bunch of meat in
nobody
there.
on your level,
It's just hard to get out.
nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
D'Angelo spends a good chunk of his video critiquing the public narrative that Tana's story is untrustworthy and reaffirms
The
that
movie
while
we were
she can't
watching was,
personally provide proof that she's telling the truth,
is it
her story
Eurovision?
is just as valid as
Euro
anyone
something
else's.
where they go to
She
Europe
calls
and the
Cody's
guy's name is
persistent
Scotty and that's where the song
silence
Scotty doesn't know
know for a
comes
fact
from.
if you swapped out Cody Ko with someone that like people didn't like that much, I would be receiving so much more sympathy.
I find your silence on the situation to be uncomfortable because I know that if Tana's allegations are true, then
I gotta
silence
lock
will be
in
your only
and,
option. I'm not accusing
and
you
stop
of
eating it.
committing a crime.
So I
Cody's
can
refusal to speak out was more
really
than
get
just
this.
silence, as D'Angelo puts it.
I mean, I have a
It was
good- I have a good
censorship.
amount right
His
now.
comments appear to be heavily
I just- that
moderated,
pizza's kinda
likely
big.
auto-banning any mentions of Tana
I don't
on their
know.
encounter. This is pretty strange considering his Instagram
Ooh, that's a lot of
comments had
mustard.
much different tone, with all of them referencing the allegations.
A lot of
Even more
mustard.
bizarre were the countless comments on his wife's YouTube channel that all referenced the allegations. Why would people be talking about this literally everywhere other than his own channel, unless he had manually placed restrictions on his comment section? This also coincides with the heavy
Alright,
moderation
let's see if it works this
and
time.
privating of
See, break
Cody's
it.
own subreddit.
Your silence isn't the only one that's
Again,
bothering
it didn't really
me
work that
either.
well,
All these
but
Reddit threads, like if my name's on any thread, it's all getting deleted.
Eyewitness witness the heavy-handed moderation of your subreddit in real time as I researched this video. I would refresh the page and posts would suddenly be
I don't know, I recommend you guys.
moderators after racking up hundreds of comments removed because they could
I recommend you guys eating crabs. I also really like king crab, or like
with no reason given
Alaskan king crab,
D'Angelo's video was not
or snow crab.
by
Snow
any
crab.
means. In fact,
So good. I love snow crab.
The notoriety
That's
of the
easier
video
to
received
pick usually with the
coincided
legs.
numerous other content creators finally speaking
So
out about
good.
the situation. Fellow
You eat that
commentary
one with butter.
YouTuber Jarvis Johnson released a statement in response to D'Angelo's latest video. These Cody Co allegations are serious, and the actions described are disgusting. He needs to respond immediately. It's absolutely necessary for us to listen to victims.
Anyway, so I don't know if I want to do. I want to do prosciutto because that sounds really good. The prosciutto and honey, I'm fine with. That'll be good. But it's like the honey and crab. I don't really know. But I want to put crab on the entire pizza. But I also want to put honey on it, so I might just do crab on half.
Where the two hosts voiced their support for Tana and demanded that Cody speak up.
Yeah, and I mean,
Should have no doubt, no reason to doubt. Pressure on Cody to make a statement, even if he wants to challenge
Skinny
it.
doesn't know.
Say something, because
Don't tell Skinny.
Cowardly approach is
Skinny doesn't know.
the one that benefits him the most and benefits the worst reactionaries.
Brittany Broski, someone who had collaborated with Cody in the past, also took to her Instagram to post the following statement.
Aw, man.
I am crushed to learn about the Cody allegations. If it's proven to be true, then that's extremely upsetting as a collaborator and longtime fan. I find all of this disturbing, inappropriate.
I don't know where I'm gonna throw this away because I don't really think I should be throwing it in the trash. It'll smell. I guess I can throw it in the trash outside.
Referring to them as allegations and not directly calling Cody out. Gabby Bell, a commentary
look at that
YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, called Cody out directly on her Instagram story. Commentary of all genres should not be a boys' club. I'm not gonna sit my ass here and pretend like Cody didn't take advantage of a 17-year-old girl when he was 25 and then ignore and silence it. Cody, say something. Another popular YouTuber, Chad, responded to a claim that Tana was simply clout-chasing drama that was 9 years old, saying, 9 years is a long time to y'all until it's the age gap between Tana and Cody Co. Even the most popular commentary channel on the internet, Moist Critical, covered it on his channel shortly after D'Angelo's video.
Cody Co absolutely should come forward to explain all of it, and if there is another side to the story, tell it. If it's wrong, set the record
There we
straight.
go.
It's a very upsetting story here that at the very least needs to be addressed by
Bro, I want to eat this so
In
bad.
less than a week since
This better be
D'Angelo's
good.
upload,
It better not be like where I can't even taste the freaking crab.
Cody did see a drop
I'm
of
gonna be
30,000
pissed.
subscribers when the allegations were first brought
Doing
to
all the
light.
dirty work and
D'Angelo's
barely
video
getting a
really sped
reward.
things up, prompting nearly 300,000 people to unsubscribe from his channel in July. A clear statement
Oh
that
my
this
God,
time
oh my God.
allegations were being taken much more seriously.
Bro,
With users
I'm about to
flooding his
gum.
subreddit and airing out their grievances over the
Look at
situation.
that.
This
Look at that
ultimately
piece.
caused the moderation staff to private
Into the
the
pile.
subreddit, and it remains private as of the recording of this video. Other creators that Cody directly partnered with began to cut ties as well. The channel Cut is a YouTube channel well known for their Guess Who, Truth or Drink, and The Bottom series. They found massive success in recent years with a lot of help from Cody's reactions. They
I'm gonna
even
eat this last
personally
piece. Oh, it's gonna be so
co-signed Cody in
good.
the comment section of one of his videos, which eventually led to a full-on partnership. Cody featured in a handful of their uploads, such as the time he voiced the button in one of their installments.
All right, now
Guys, stop calling my phone, bro.
In a good way or in a bad way? Okay.
Despite the success that he had brought them in their frequent collaborations, Cut has since quietly removed all of their videos featuring him from their channel. On top of that, one of the podcasts TMG Studios had recently brought into their operation announced they were cutting ties and were going to be independent moving forward. Cody at this point was facing a lot of damning
All right.
allegations. Claims that he had sex with an individual under the age of consent, had a public
It's okay.
relationship with a different individual.
I'm gonna stop the
who
video.
was under
That
the
was
age of
me
consent,
picking
since
crabs.
criticism
And we got all this meat
related to these allegations
and 2 crabs. I did eat
associated with
a good bit of it.
someone more than likely a predator.
I'm gonna make another video about me assembling the pizza. Thank